Main objective of this program is to propose a methodology to add two sparse matrix given their sparse matrix representations. Of course, we wanted resultant matrix, its sparse matrix representation only we wanted. For example, in the figure we have two matrices A and B along with their sparse matrix representations. We want, if we add these two matrices, resultant we will get a matrix. For the time being, we assume it is also sparse matrix. Of course, you have to understand, for the explanation's sake, we are taking these two matrices which are not really sparse because the number of meaningful elements are significant here. Thus, we don't say that they are sparse matrices. However, for the sake of explanation, we are taking. And also, as usual, when can we add two matrices? If the number of rows and number of columns are same. Here also the same. So that will not be changing. Those rules are still valid here. So for us, what is given? Sparse matrix representations are given. We wanted the sparse matrix representation of the addition matrix. That is the one we wanted. So in the following slides, we'll explain how the same thing can be done. These are the two things given to us. The sparse matrix representation of the matrix A and matrix B. In the first matrix, 4 meaningful elements are there. And second matrix, 3 meaningful elements are there. The resultant matrix, at most how many elements it may have? At most 4 plus 3, 7 only. Not more than that. Because you may find some elements. For example, in this case, first matrix A contains element 2, 3, a meaningful elements at 2, 3, row 2, column 3, and second one is also there, having 2, 3. So when we add these two matrices, what is the resultant? Only one element only. Thus, the total number of meaningful elements in the resultant matrix will be not more than the sum of the meaningful elements of both the matrices. Essentially, what we shall plan to do is, we will traverse both the sparse matrix representations from row 1. That is, we know that row 0 of the sparse matrix representation contains the size information. Thus, we traverse from row 1. And then we will try to compare the meaningful elements, row index and column index. First, we will compare the row index of the first meaningful element of the first matrix A with the first element of the sparse matrix representation B. Incidentally, here, for example, 0, 1, whereas in this one, 0, 2. 0, 1, that is the one first going to come in the resultant matrix. So that is the reason why first 0, 1, 2 is copied. Otherwise, 0, 2, 2 will be copied. Like this, the logic works. Currently, I value is 1, J value is 1, and L value is 1. A, I, 0, that is 0. B, J, 0, that is 0. A, I, 0, 0, is it less than 0? No. Is it greater than 0? No. Which means that these two elements of both the matrices, they belong to same row. Now we compare the column indexes. A, I, 1, that is 1. A, bj1, that is 2. So now as 1 is less than 2, which now this row of the original matrix or the matrix A is copied to the resultant matrix. That is, the element 0, 1 will come first compared to element 0, 2. That is the reason why 0, 1, 2 is copied into the resultant matrix. Now I value will be incremented by 1, I value becomes 2, L also will be incremented by 1, thus it also becomes 2. A I0, that is 2, B J0, it is 0. 2, is it less than 0? No. 2 greater than 0? Yes. That is, there exists a element in matrix B with in row 2. Thus, that element has to be copied first to the resultant matrix. Thus, 0, 2, 2 is copied to the resultant matrix. J value will be incremented by 1. L will be also incremented by 1. J becomes 2, L becomes 3. Now if we check up, the matrix A contains a element, meaningful element, in row 2, column 3, and matrix B also contains a meaningful element in row 2, column 3. Thus, the resultant matrix will contain sum, that is 1 plus 3 as the element value. I value will be incremented by 1, J will be incremented by 1, L also will be incremented by 1. Now, matrix A contains a element belongs to row 2, whereas matrix B contains a element belongs to row 3. Thus, the row 2 element of the matrix A will be copied to the resultant matrix. I will be incremented by 1, L also will be incremented by 1. Now, matrix A contains a element belongs to row 4, whereas matrix B contains a element belongs to row 3. Thus, the matrix B's row 3 element has to be copied to the resultant matrix. J value will be incremented by 1, L also will be incremented by 1. By now, all the elements of the matrix B are copied to the resultant matrix. There is no more elements in B. Thus, the first while condition becomes false. We will come out from the first while loop. Now, we will check up, are there any meaningful elements left over in the matrix A? Yes, there is one element which belongs to row 4. So, that will be simply copied to the resultant matrix. Similarly, if there are any more elements in the row column matrix A, they all will be copied into matrix, resultant matrix. It may happen that first while loop condition may become false if the elements of the A becomes exhausted. Still there are some more elements on B, then they are supposed to simply copied into the resultant matrix. That will be achieved with the help of the last while loop. However, in this case, the last while condition becomes false because no more elements are there in the B. Like this, we have copied the elements of both the matrices into the resultant matrix. L value indicate to us how many elements finally are available in the resultant matrix. The number of rows, number of columns, and the total meaningful elements of the resultant matrix, that is L value, is stored in the first row of the resultant matrix. Like this, addition operation of two sparse matrices is carried out given their sparse matrix representations.